up to speed, up to speed, up to speed.
Live from the apocalypse. Don't worry, I explained the cocaine pipeline to my son. This is state of the game. Hold it together, Mexico. We need you. My name is Dan O. I live by a code, and so the shit I say is important, but the shit I don't say is very important. Keep that in mind. My co-host with me every week, since we are international superstars at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And people ask me all the time, people are like, what is K Diggy like in real life? And I always tell them the same thing. Bernie Mac and Friday.
No.
Deeply spiritual, but there's other things going on, you know? There's a lot going on behind that. So
That one was good.
yep. So yeah, we are here vested today. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. Our guest, just a rock solid individual, never known as Velvet Thunder, but that's okay if you want to make that work. The great taste in music. I was talking about the importance of this individual in our giant sized year end show that we did with What's Up with the Minutes and Q No Rap Name. I was talking about the vital importance of people like our guest, Florida Panthers expert, hip hop aficionado, Fick. Welcome back, Fick.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. I appreciate the gracious welcome too. I really the words mean a lot coming from you. So thank you.
Now, man, we had you on episode 181, I believe, where we did a bunch of non hip hop albums. Um, and that's the kind of love I have for Fick is I'll be like, what would I have this bunch of weird shit? Throw it at Fick. Let's bring Fick in here, throw it out. And I love that shit. So that is the compliment there. But I figured let's give Fick a chance to be in his own wheelhouse with honestly one of the best albums that's been released in 2026. And like we talked about this, right? We got some narratives to get to before we get to the actual stuff. We're talking about Angels with Filthy Souls by Devo to Genius, Kill the Artist, and Blue Hill Bill. But we have things to get to first, right? In terms of this part of the year, Kay, I've told you this many a time. This part of the year, the major artists are in hibernation.
With a couple exceptions, but
Couple exceptions, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Rock dropped.
Who?
Rock.
Yep.
Oh, right. That was a hell of a thing. And I think Rock did it because Rock knows. Like, it's better for Rock to drop in February than it is in June. The big hitters are saving up for summer, trying to get like the sounds of the summer. And B, Rock doesn't make sounds of the summer music.
Nah, cold winter.
Cold winter, yeah.
Cold outside, you're pissed off. Rock is perfect for that shit.
Pair of boots on. But then last year, I remember Mike dropped in January too, but it's very, very rare. You get like one heavy hitter who will drop early in the year. And then, like you said, most people aren't dropping until April, May, late March.
Right. Yeah, if I get forced to snow shovel and I don't want to snow shovel, I'm gonna put that Rock on, dude. That 656.
Aggressive.
I'm gonna get my mean face on and kill that shit. Kill that fucking stuff. So that's the music, but And Jill Scott came out of nowhere, kind of dropped on people. That was really cool. Um, the fall off, you know, but the most of the big hitters are saving up for the summer, into summer.
Whether
So
when the weather warms up, yeah.
weather warms up. So this is a great time to discover people.
Mm.
This is a great time to discover people. And like the example I always use is Anderson Paak, right? The album that got Anderson Paak to the spotlight was what, Malibu, right?
Malibu, yeah.
And Malibu was released early in the year, uh, and ran the table and kind of got a chance to grow. So this is a great time for people to kind of stake their claim, make their names, and build. Um, so that's this album, Angel of the Filthy Souls, is definitely a part of that. And it's fulfilling a need that we're just not, I don't know, we're not really getting it anywhere else. So, to what were your thoughts when you first heard this album, Fick?
I was completely blown away. I didn't expect it to sound the way it did. I read Dylan review and he called it post Griselda music, and I didn't know what
Mm.
the hell that meant. And I tapped in, and as soon as I heard the first song end, I knew exactly what he was talking about, or they were talking about, and
Hmm.
I was blown away by it. As soon as it ended, I played it again because I didn't catch 90% of anything because I was so in awe of what I was hearing.
Mm.
Yep, yep. No, it's important. And the other narrative I kind of wanted to add to this is Boston, right? Boston hip hop has a real knucklehead personality at times. Um, and it, I've talked to you about this, Kay, before. Like it's deep crews of people in big coats who are like, I'm gonna beat you up, and they have scrunchy faces. Um, and it can be a lot to deal with. And mostly because and I love hardcore hip hop. Love, always have, but there's no navy blue of Boston. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Like there's no, what I'm saying, you're not gonna get that shit. Um it's not allowed to breathe. So and maybe it's too cold, it's too cold. People are like, fuck this shit. But that's just what it is. And so we have, we're always talking about how much we love Mr. Liff, but like outside of that, like Boston hasn't been that great, but it's on a hell of a run now. And I have to give credit to Kay's mortal enemy, SD Knack.
Ooh.
Wow. I didn't know Kay wasn't a fan. That's crazy.
I made Kay listen to the Jim Duggan thing, and Kay had that language, that tactful language that was
Not
like,
my cup of tea. Yeah,
right,
but
right, right.
yeah.
It's a different time signature. It took me a little bit to get into. It was that V Don album that sold me.
The V Don
Mm.
Brap is
Rap.
amazing, but yeah.
Mm.
But Knack has really given style and flavor to the region. And if you're talking about Dylan's post Griselda, Knack is so post Griselda, 100%. Um, and went Tasmanian Devil with it. Um, so he's a stylist, right? And he was like adding different, staccato Tasmanian Devil flows and crazy beats, and bunch of people on it. And now China Beijing has an album also. Um, but yeah, currently, right now, China Beijing dropped, Angels of Filthy Souls dropped, and Michael Christmas dropped an album with Grimace. With Grimace is the album. Grim Doja produced it. All these are Boston folks. And like it's a little bit of a moment right now. There's some swagger.
Next crew is they got a lot of people in that crew.
Yep.
Plus, it's 23 Incredible Labels, I think is the name of the label.
Yep. Yep.
They
And
have
they're
like,
doing things differently. They're like selling direct from their website. They don't do Bandcamp. I don't think. I haven't found
sometimes they
anything.
do, but they'll put their things on streaming months later. Let the fans buy it first. Sometimes they wait for physicals to drop, then they'll put it on streaming. And I get it, making money, build the buzz. And fortunately for Kay, I'm a huge Knack fan, so I have files for everything that isn't on streaming. That's just and sometimes I hate that about an artist, but I also like that about an artist because he has just a palette of riches on streaming, and then even more palette of riches off of streaming.
Oh,
Mm.
Knack definitely. I thought you were talking about the crew, the Devo, the
Oh,
Genius, and all those guys are in.
no,
But
no, no,
yes,
my bad, my
Knack
bad.
Knack does put stuff on Bandcamp, but the pricing is hilarious. It's all over the place. Sometimes it's $100, sometimes it's $23, sometimes it's $40. Like it's awesome. You as an artist, you have control over your product,
Yeah,
right? To release it. So it's always fun to watch people do something different, man. Like I remember uh Old Grape God was putting everything as $4.44 because it was 444. And then if he sold a hoodie, it was like 44.40 and something. He was like doing all kinds of shit with that. It's fucking fun. Do what you need to do.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So yeah, and I don't know, this album is so unique, man. And Kay, for me and Fick, this Angels with Filthy Souls album um really hits a lot of our sweet spots
Mhm.
and what we things that we really love. So yeah. I mean it ends, the last thing you hear on the album is an audio clip from the movie I was talking to you about during the Rock Marciano episode
Oh, the not angel. What is it? Angel
with Dirty
Dirty
Faces.
Faces. Yes. Okay.
that's why I put my name as Fickery Bogart because Humphrey Bogart's in Angels with Dirty Faces.
The yeah. No, it's so it was wild to hear that and be like, damn, like this is they're doing this. Like they're really doing this.
I did wonder, does underground? This is like kind of a tangent, but does underground hip hop? Do they have to clear samples?
Everybody has to clear
Everyone
samples.
has to clear sample.
But
Okay.
I
nobody
mean,
nobody knows who
I've
Devo the Genius is.
I've heard a lot of folks that are basically like, if you're not making a ton of money, no one's gonna sue you because you don't have a ton of money.
Okay.
So do what you do, you know?
So I was just blown away. Like you mentioned how the album ended. I was blown away by how it started. That was,
Oh.
uh,
Yep.
I mean, with the Vince Giraldi "Christmas Time Is Here."
Oh, with the beat downs. Yeah,
Yes,
and the people getting beat down.
when that was like
Yes.
probably the most shocking moment when
I
I
love that
first
shit.
played that.
Oh
I was
my
like, wait a
God.
second, how did this come to be? Like, how did they? It was really one of the most shocking musical moments I've had in a little while. Uh,
It it was definitely one of those situations where that is the personality of this record, you know?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
And just to
What
just
was so and so Fick to wrap up the Knack point. What do you think Knack's influence on albums like this is. Am I imagining that trajectory or
You're not imagining anything because who's featured on the album on song number 3?
Uh,
Divino.
yeah.
And that's Knack and Divino are boys. So that's another Boston artist too in Divino. And so no, you're not far off at all in saying that. Well, I don't know. I don't want to speak for these gentlemen, but I could hear in a lot of their flows at times, a lot of
Yep.
Kill the Artist's flow,
Hmm.
that he's taking that off. He's not offbeat, but it's that offbeatish signature that he's using instead of your normal. I went to the store to get some milk, and then I went to the house and put on
Yeah.
silk. You're not getting that. You're getting like it's like almost like a howitzer coming at you, and
Yeah.
that's that Knack and Davino style, and I could hear that in him. Not
Yeah.
his lyrics or anything like that. I don't want to get people confused, but like in that rapping style sense.
Yeah, no, that's the Knack and Divino will set the pace of a flow, shatter it into pieces, create a new one. You know what I mean? In the middle of the song, and you're like, damn, what the fuck? Kill the Artist. What I noticed about Kill the Artist, and I don't know if you noticed this, Kay, and I love this. I love this move. Kill the Artist will like set up a line that's gonna eventually lead to a line, and you know what he's gonna say, and he'll pause right before that shit. And he'll hit like a pause and then deliver it because he knows
Yeah,
like it's gonna be even more fun for you that you know what this idea is.
like a stutter step. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. It's he has a stutter step flow that he utilizes. Um, and I mean the song to me that defines this album, right? That's like, oh, this is the character of this album, is Charlie Brown with Davino. And it's the last, I think Kill the Artist is the last rapping person. Uh, and the last thing he says is, Granddad called me kiddo. Calls me kiddo. And something about Granddad calls me kiddo after being like, my numbers I sell through the summer are crazy and out the roof, and I'm the Don here. Granddad calls me kiddo. It just ties in with this old time movie stuff and the home aloneness of this album. It's crazy. I love
Now,
that.
when you say home aloneness, what? How do you define home
Oh, I'm
aloneness?
so excited for you to know this now. This
Wait,
entire album, Kay.
wait, before you get into that, I just
Oh,
want to
go
say
ahead, go ahead.
Kill the Artist is my favorite part of the entire album. Every verse of his is my favorite verse on each of the songs. And it's no disrespect to Blue Hill Bill, and I'll explain why after. I just wanted
Yeah.
to get, because you just mentioned Kill the Artist. But now I'm excited for Kay's revelation on this whole thing. I can't wait for him to hear
Well,
this.
and Blue Hill, the K, I jumped into this for Blue Hill Bill, who had been gaining momentum, and I came out of it like, Kill the Artist. It's great. It's almost like a
Same here.
Jada and Styles P situation.
Yep.
Um, but K, this entire album, Angels with Filthy Souls, is based around, and he's got the screenshot. Fick has it behind him.
Mhm.
The black and white movie that Kevin is watching in Home Alone,
Okay,
that he uses to scare the bad guys with the Tommy gun shit.
right.
That movie is the basis for this whole album. That little black and white movie
The
where
fake one.
where he's like killing everybody and all that shit. That is the basis for the album.
Like, and then there's the scene with the pizza guy in the movie. And
Yes.
he doesn't talk to him at all, and then all you hear is "Keep the change, you filthy animal."
Yeah.
And he's playing the movie in the background. And then in the second Home Alone, the movie he plays is called "Angels with Filthier Souls."
Amazing.
But yeah, once I heard that, I was sold. Once I saw the album title, I was like, there better be at least one sample of that fake movie, or I will be so upset. And my God, did they deliver? Holy hell!
So, Kay, You have the gunshots and the we're gonna destroy you, and they back it up, man. If you go on YouTube and look at the music videos, they're in the big coats. They're they were doing rapper hands with like thick gloves, winter gloves on and shit, like real New England shit. And but it's also has the Vince Giraldi in it, and it has the
Yeah.
Charlie Brown, and it's constantly nodding to Home Alone. And it's this Christmas hardcore album.
Mm.
How does
Oh,
that change the experience for you?
No, I mean, it is a lot. There is a blend of different elements
Right.
in this project that I did notice. I didn't know they based it on the Home Alone. I didn't realize that that was an inspiration for them. So you're saying the movie that they showed, because I do remember the scene from Home Alone,
Yeah.
that wasn't a real movie?
it's a fake movie.
Yeah, it's a fake
Got
movie.
it for that
Wow.
movie. I thought it was so many people thought it was a real movie and they tried to buy it and the director was like, "No, we created a fake movie for this purpose." Because
Wow.
I couldn't tell you the year Home Alone came out. I'm going to assume in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet wasn't really there.
No.
There was no
No, it wasn't.
Google. No, hey Siri, who's Angels with Filthy Soul? Like there was none of that. So people all that urban legend and it kept building and building and then the second one comes out and now it's Angels with Filthier Souls and everyone's like, "Oh my god, oh my god." I
And
think
and it was also an environment, Kay, where like not only was the internet not around, right? But the whole basis of that bit with Kevin is that you didn't have a ton of options to watch, bro. So everybody we knew watched old timey gangster movies. They were everywhere.
the movie for my family was Forrest Gump for some reason. That movie stayed on repeat. That's why I hate it. That's why I hate it now as an adult.
Yeah, I've got big issues with Forrest Gump, but that'll be explored at a later time. I might have actually explored it in my philosophy thesis. Anyway, but no, but Kay, all these Turner Classic movies and all that shit, right? Like that they were just having marathons and shit like that, and you didn't have anything to watch, so you just end up watching this 30s gangster movie, and they were okay to watch because they were like your grandparents' movies, so no one would fuss at you. But
Right.
it was also people just murdering the shit out of people. And like that's the whole joke with Angel of the Filthy Souls is like, damn, these movies, they're cutting people the fuck down, man.
In the second one, the Filthier Souls, the quotes are even funnier. Like he's at the hotel and he's playing a scene, and the guy's like telling the girl, she's like, "Get on your knees and tell me you love me," and everyone outside is like screaming, "I love you, I love you," and then they leave him alone, and then he just murders 40 other people in the movie for no reason.
Hilarious. No,
Oh.
yes. So the movie is full of humor, but it's very cheeky, you know? Some of the references are really out there and hilarious. Um, and you might not even catch them at first. It's it's a really interesting, different kind of album, man.
Hmm.
It's different. And so Fick and me with that connection to old movies, and like so the album jumps off of that, and you've got songs like James Cagney, right? And you've got Cagney pulls, and you've got Angels with Dirty Faces pulls, and you know, it's yeah, everything is really working here. But it's not like a Chicago typewriter, right? With that's what the Tommy gun was called. Um, but it's not every song. Yeah, he doesn't. They don't beat it to death. Um, so it's interesting. It flows.
There's a run on the album from Charlie Brown, Filthy Animals, James Cagney, and then my favorite song, Blue Shells 45 ACP. when they flipped the Cool G rap beat, take
Oh
him to war.
shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
take him to war. They flip that beat, and the two of them just go crazy on it. Not even spitting like murder bars, just of how much better they are than everybody. And Braggadocio raps need to come back, and they kill it. And the
Mhm.
reason why I'll come back to it now to kill the artist is because his references to movies, old rap songs, rap groups,
Yep.
that's shit I love. And when you reference stuff like that, when he says kill he flowed something and it came out as like Kill Bill, and I'm just like, yeah, it's so fucking sick. Kill the artist, Blue Hill Bill,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kill Bill, the new Ray Ghost, and I'm like, I could kind of see it. They got that swagger about them. They
Yeah.
got that movement to them. Again, this isn't about the bars because I don't think anybody could ever touch Only Built for Cuban Links. That was made by two cokeheads in the Bahamas.
Sure.
You'll never see anything like the likes of that again.
Yeah.
But they do remind me of the new Ray and Ghost, and they compare themselves to
Yeah.
like all these other people. Like I'll say one of the songs was like Al Divino, not Al Divino, Al Capone, and what's his name? They compare themselves to
Oh yeah.
Diego, and they talk about how they're the
Oh right, Noriega, Manuel Noriega, Capone and Noriega,
right.
but the real Al Capone and yeah,
Manuel
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Noriega, and I'm just like,
Manuel
yeah,
Noriega.
these
That's
dudes are sick. Like, give me more of this.
well, and that's the magic. That's why I compared Kill the Artist to Styles P, right? Where like I don't think Styles P's trying to confuse you. I don't think Styles P's not there to be like, "Ooh, you didn't even get what I was talking about." You know what I mean? Like,
He's in your
but
face with it.
Styles P will hit you with something that might even sound basic, but he flips it in a way that's brilliant. You know what I mean? He's the guy like making, chicken and mashed potatoes, but better than anybody, you know? Um, and Kill the Artist has a bit of that where Kill the Artist is not like even that line, if you look at break down and go, oh, we're like Capone and Noriega, but Al Capone, Manuel Noriega. That's not the most complicated thing, but the way he puts it together and delivers it, it's a magic show and it works every time.
It also goes back into him throughout the album, comparing him and Bill to classic rap duos.
Yes,
And
yes.
so he's like, "Oh, we're like Capone and Noriega," and everyone's thinking like, "Oh shit, they're like the rapping." And he's like, "Nah, Al Capone and Manuel, motherfucker." Like,
Yeah,
so I'm just like, "Yo, these dudes got some kind of sauce to them," and
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of these guys.
One of the things, Kay, that I think separates this album as you re-listen to it, it's a show.
Separates from what?
It from other albums.
Yeah.
This is a show. It's every second of it is entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's more like traditional rap albums were, and like the underground scene, and we've talked about this many times. Like the way the albums are structured is very loose right now.
Yeah.
Very what's the word I want to use? Not impressionistic, but it's very like maybe like a it's maybe postmodern. Maybe that's the word I want to use.
Avant-garde, kind of
Avant-garde.
obtuse,
Yes, yes.
whatever.
Artsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a rap album.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes no sense. Like you said, it's fun songs, connected. Like it's a fun listen to me.
Yeah, me and Fick talk about it sometimes because like our fear, right? Like as an example, Guillermo del Toro, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic director, visual stylist. I go to see his movies, but I don't really watch them more than once.
Right. Yes.
I'm like, that was beautiful. Good job. See you in a few years. Right? Like, um, and Like I'm never gonna watch Pan's Labyrinth again.
Oh, stop it. That's one of the greatest movies of all time. Stop it. I want no slander. Stop it.
I mean, it's not. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. But
I
like,
can't even count how many times I've seen it.
I,
Fantastic movie.
a long day at work. I'm coming. I'm not putting on Pan's Labyrinth. Though. I'm not in the mood for Spanish fascism. Like I got shit. I got to get off my chest. But like, it's but it that a lot of underground shit runs the risk of that. Runs the risk of like, oh man, this is obtuse and it's cracked and it's wild and it's
Yes.
dense and it's personal and it's all these things, but like it takes so much of a toll on you, you don't really want to listen to it again.
Well, I mean, it's the replayability. Like
Right.
once you heard it, like why am I? What is going to draw me to listen to this again? Uh, and a lot of the music that we listen to it in the underground. And I think I've said this before. There's not like to me like songs are based on patterns. Like you find a pattern
Yeah.
you like and you rock with it. A lot of the songs there that the pattern isn't really there. Like it's very loose in terms of the structure of the song.
Right.
Uh, and what I liked about this album were the songs were they were songs in a traditional sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And so and by the way, I don't want it to come off like I'm shitting on the artist making the cracked, dense, important work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's important. And I often like it. I will just say the people at the top, right? Billy Woods, Open Mike Eagle, the people at the top of the scene, they're doing they're doing all of it. Athiops is fun to listen to.
I wouldn't call it fun. It's a good listen. I'm not enjoying myself
It's it
in that sense.
the production is big and crazy and interesting.
I
The
just love
lyrics,
preservation. So anything he
right?
makes,
The
love
lyrics
it.
are engaging. It's like a maybe fun was the wrong term. It's a blockbuster movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like, and it's about stuff, and it's an important blockbuster movie, but it's a blockbuster movie, right? And Open Mike Eagle does that, and lots of those top people do that, right? Balancing both, you know?
Right. And the guys at the top do it extraordinarily well.
Yeah,
That's why
Uh,
they're at the top.
yes.
correct. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you look at somebody like Prem Rock. Like Prem Rock's really fucking good at making. He can make poetic music. He can make. He can tell personal stories.
Mm.
He can just give you delicious hooks and shit. You know.
Put shit on you in bars too. He can do all
Right.
of it.
Right. Battle you, diss songs, whatever. But yeah. There's all kinds of versatility is valuable. You know what I mean? Versatility is valuable. Um, build your skill in one direction. Once you've got it, go in the other direction. Um, but the other thing that this album has, Kay, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the production here.
Yeah.
Devo to Genius. Devo to Genius is unafraid to grab an old beat and flip it. And doing that and grabbing a beat and fucking with it and throwing it in a different direction um gives this a mixtape feel, like mixtape energy in a sense. Like it feels like, oh, this could be an old beat, could be a new beat. We're gonna kill it either way. And the momentum is valuable, right? Like
Yeah.
they get momentum from those old beats that you recognize, the old samples you recognize, and it lights a fire. So that's what I got from the production. How did you feel about it, Kay?
I mean, I loved the production. It was, and as I liked obviously I liked the rapping, but the production really was. It was interesting production, in terms of like they sounded like songs to me. Like I could put this song, I'm sorry, I could put this album on when I was in the car. And we
Yep.
talked about this last episode about the context that people listen to music.
Yep.
Like I could put this on in a car and enjoy it.
Totally.
You could put this on when you're working at your desk at work
Right.
and enjoy it. It's music that you can take into different environments and different contexts.
Yep.
And to more to your point too, and it's funny because I like building Legos.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Lego time.
Starting to build this big ass like ski resort, so I can't really see it. But
That's cool. Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
still so much more to it. But so I was building it while I was listening to the album, and there's a part where Kill goes something. He's like, we build bricks like Legos from here to Legos. And it was just like, and then he goes, Kill Bill, the new Ray Ghost, and I was just like, man, I'm fucking building Legos right now. That's awesome, you know?
That's awesome.
The only reason I had to show the Legos because there is that bar, you know? And I was just like, and to your point, I've been working since I've heard the album, it's on the background while I'm making cover pages for my transcripts or just going over some work or whatever. So I have it in the background. While I'm cooking at the restaurant, it's fucking jamming. It's making me want to move faster. The car just sounds gorgeous. You guys have me beat, though, because I don't have the cold weather to it.
Oh, yeah. Cold weather with
You
this.
guys have the cold weather for it, and I don't.
This has helped me survive this cold weather. Like it's called the cold weather swagger of it. But yeah, and Devoted Genius and the momentum these beats have, like the bigness of them, and then the buried treasure that like Kill the Artist will put in a song. Like the mixture of those two just works really well for me. There's a bar I caught where he says, you know, we out here balling like PG, and you think, oh, Paul George, and then there's an ad lib in the back that says County, and he's talking about PG County, Maryland,
I didn't know that.
Prince George's County in Maryland, is where like all the best basketball players come from, Kevin Durant and all that shit.
Yeah.
There's a documentary about it on Showtime.
No, I didn't catch that. We balling like PG. Wow.
Hey, you hear it, he just whispers, the vocal double just whispers, County. And it's like, damn, dude, like he's a buried treasure dude.
And we keep talking about Kill. I don't want to take away from Bill, man.
Oh man.
Bill is such a fun listen, man. He's got a flow, a voice, a package to him, the way he delivers. When I hear him spit the gun bars, like I believe him. I'm not thinking like this guy's just telling a story he witnessed or just trying to sound hard. Like, no, I believe he was out there on the front line shooting 1,000 motherfuckers. Like, that's what he makes me believe.
Yeah.
With the gusto and just such an amazing duo, man. The way the two of them found each other is so great, man.
Yeah, the reason I think I've been talking about Kill so much is that Kill's the one I discovered a love for over the course of it. And there's something about Blue Hill Bill that's immediate. Like that's the Jadakiss Styles, right? Like Blue Hill Bill, you immediately know, oh, that's, just a ton of confidence, a ton of swagger, and makes big moments happen, you know? And yeah, it's no one moves Blue Hill Bill faster than he wants to go or slower than he wants to go. Like
I never heard of any of these cats before going into it. I went in completely blind, blank, no idea.
Both. Yep.
So my question for you, Kay,
Yeah.
did you find this album or is this something that Dano told you to like?
Dano, the show, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Because I was scrolling Twitter one day at work, bored as hell at the restaurant, and I saw Dylan reviewed it. I looked at the cover and I was like, motherfucker got a Clips looking cover? peep this then. Okay. And that was it. Like I was sold on the cover. And if I'm not mistaken, and I can be, but I think Chop the Heads did it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I posted when Dylan said it, I said, this cover is fucking sick. I'm gonna peep off that. Chop liked my tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I looked at it, Another Planet 4, or I think he did that one too. And I was
He
looking
definitely
at
did.
that, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, this has Chop written all over it.
Chop. I love Chop so much, man.
He's a fucking beast, man.
And he was an incredible guest.
Was
We had
he
so much
was
fucking fun. Uh,
Absolutely.
Great dude. And
The cover
uh,
sold me. That's what sold me. The cover and the term post Griselda, because I had no fucking clue what it meant, and I
yeah.
needed to know what Dylan meant by that.
I mean, and my journey was like people were telling me Blue Hill Bill is the truth. Like you need to check out Blue Hill Bill. I bought one of the older projects, and I was like, okay, I'm into this. Like this is pretty good. And then when Dylan said Angels with Filthy Souls was great, I was like, okay, I need to hear great. Like I need to hear Blue Hill Bill at great level, and hopefully this will be it. And when I pressed play, I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it all now.
I put
Yeah.
in the Discord that like, oh, saw Dylan post about this album. I'm about to listen to it now, and Dash wrote like Ripper or this album
Yep.
rips.
Yep.
And when Dash is like, yo, this rips, I know I'm in for fucking for
Right.
ear candy. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
I I trust Dash's opinions very highly,
100%.
higher than he thinks of that I do.
Yeah.
And he said it's a Ripper. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's the dude who got me to love Project Pat. Somebody who I hated.
Right.
Dash got me to come around on him, and now he's one of my favorite artists.
Amazing. That's that's the dream. And when you're trying to cover music, you're trying to get people to reevaluate because people get stuck in there's like relationships, in like sports. There's people you love hating, right? And it's like that in music. You'll just be like, I hate that guy. And I've loved hating the guy. And then like you learn that person's really talented and you can choose to either feel dumb about that
Yeah, no, that's me. I'm
or
the
just
dumb
let
guy.
that shit go and be like, you know what? All right, I'm new now. And I
You know
like
how many
this.
misses I have, Dan? Mike, Quelle. I could keep going.
Yeah. No,
I'll
I
stop
like
if I
that
want
shit.
to.
You credit to you on that shit because you do reevaluate your shit. People were like, you're wrong about Mike. You digested a ton of Mike, came back and was like, here's how I'm feeling.
And then
I'm
I
into
saw him live, and oh my God, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful
this.
human being.
That's awesome. So
But
that's a credit because a lot of people get stuck in the zone, never come out. So um
I'm also a guy who's never, ever, ever gonna check out a dude named Devo the Genius, Kill the Artist, and Blue Hill Bill. When
right.
I saw Blue Hill Bill, the first thing that came to my mind, and I shit you to not, is Broadway Billy by Rock Marciano featuring Cool Keith. And the way Cool Keith goes, Broadway Billy. That's how I kept saying. I kept saying Blue Hill Billy. That's how I kept saying it in my
That's
fucking head.
hilarious.
And I'm like, now I'm like the guy's biggest fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Never heard of
yeah,
him and went from. I probably, when my YouTube thing ends the month, I'll probably be the top 0.0001% of the three of those guys for the amount
yeah.
of times I played that freaking album.
And the texture mixture is important, right? We're starting to talk about the texture mixture of these three, right? And on the texture level, Kay, I think I'm interested to hear how you think about this. Both Kill the Artist and Blue Hill Bill have a kind of voice you don't hear a lot in rap. Like just a kind of a higher tone.
And what do you're considering the genre hardcore rap? Is
Yes,
that what you're? Yes, in hardcore rap, yes,
Hardcore rap is full of gruff voices, some of them
yes,
artificially so, people like sounding tougher.
right.
Um, these are high, not falsettos, but like, you know,
You
like
know where
it's
that influence comes from?
well, go for
It comes from Gun. That's West Side
it.
Gun.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Because he wasn't afraid just to rap in his normal voice, you know.
yep.
Wasn't afraid to do it, and everyone was like, "Oh." And these guys are like, "No, we're gonna do it too. We don't need to sound tougher than we are. We know how hard we are."
Right. And it opened them up to play with weird sounds in a way that, you know, Young Thug had already opened that door for the other people outside of that space. So
That
people,
and I
go ahead.
oh I was gonna say I think it also makes the lyrics go down a little bit smoother as well. Um, because I mean it's funny because I wouldn't consider this a hardcore album. Like when I think of hardcore, I think of something very specific, and that's because of, like you said, the voices. But yeah, the content is, but the voices do a good job of making that, that content go down smoothly.
And the mixture is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sometimes I'll be in my shit to such an extent, my wife or somebody really close to me will be like, I don't know if you're joking or not. And I'll turn to them and go, I'm not sure either. And like that's this album, right? This album is like, am I joking? Am I not joking? You
Well,
know? And it's all kind of mixed in so well
mhm.
that you're kind of staring at it like, okay, is are you joking? Is this fun? Is this not fun? And like,
Right,
yeah,
and the production is, like you said, to tie in with what you were saying with the textures. The production is so I don't want to say warm, but it's inviting. It's got very inviting
mhm.
production.
I feel like that's that.
Inviting, and it scales up the
Yeah,
production, right? Like,
and
yeah,
that's the best way to put it. Scales up. Yeah,
scales up. Like it feels important, you know. When it's a soulful beat, it's hella soulful. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like, um, yeah, it's great.
I think that's that whole like Christmas feel to the album. You hear
Mhm.
bells like, and then those bells are always like inviting bells because like, oh, that's the Salvation Army Lady bells, and
Yep.
Christmas is around the corner. So it
Mhm.
feels it does feel warm in a sense, but it's not warm because it's just
No.
cold, cold, cold music
Mhm.
attached to this, and
Yep.
you're not gonna expect to hear these two dudes rap what they rap about over some nice Christmas sounding themes. You know what I mean?
Even
And
to
you still have
that,
an album. They wish you a Merry Christmas, you know?
even to that introduction with the crazy narrator voice, right?
Mhm.
Uh, you know, who were born with wings but sold them for bullets and broken dreams. And it's like delivered in this very old timey, like radio announcer voice.
Mhm.
And it's just some fly shit and there's gunshots. But if you actually think about that line, who were born with wings, like in a sense, we were all born innocent. That's what that's about. They were born innocent and they
Mhm.
traded that in for the hustle and the bullets and the broken dreams. Like ultimately, they lost so much along the way. Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. I think about that shit sometimes.
Mhm.
This album is like that. It's silly and serious at the same time.
And
Yes. So you said Dylan said that this was post Griselda.
Yep.
yeah,
What did you interpret that he meant by that?
me?
Yeah,
Both.
yeah, go for it.
I took it as like, so think about when Griselda started popping off. What was that, around 16, 17?
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yep.
Then that sound dominated until what? The last 2 or 3 years when people got fucking sick of it. Oh, here's another Benny album. Here's another Conway album. Here's another Gun album. Where's Stove's album? Oh, here's another fucking Conway album. Oh, here's another shitty Benny album. And people were getting tired of it. And there needed to be a new wave who was going to bring back that gangster rap that we all loved from back in the day, that MOP feel, that gritty Mob Deep feel. Like, who was going to bring that back and it happened to be two guys who sound nothing like the sound that we're used to, but are
Mhm.
giving it to us. And that's what's so interesting to me. There's no gruff. There's no. It's just I don't know. To me, it's gangster rap. It's
Right.
I would call it a gangster rap
And
album.
it's they're never yelling at you.
No.
Never yelling at you. Ever, ever. Like that's the Blue Hill Bill power. Blue Hill Bill steps into the song and feels like the coolest person in the room. And like the composure is always there. And it allows them to flip and say wild shit that's silly. And like you'd be like, how did you get away with that shit? It's because he confidently brought it through, smuggled it in. And so, to your point with post Griselda, okay, Fly God comes out in 2016. The Fly God comes out. I call my friend and I'm like, I just heard this album called Fly God, and I think everything's changing. Everything's changing. It was so sparse
Yeah.
and like the soul sounds weren't like Exile or anything where it's like, oh, it's uplifting. It was like haunted house shit, haunted house mutated soul, and Gunn was throwing his voice everywhere and crazy references to wild shit. And you know what I told that friend, Kay?
What?
And I still believe this to this fucking day. Griselda, what changed about Griselda? I said New York has been run by people that think Jay-Z's the best. And all these cats, Prodigy's the best. Go back and listen to old Griselda mixtapes. They're full of Prodigy interview snippets.
He's
There's
on a lot of them too.
there's not one Jay-Z interview snippet. Like, not saying they don't like Jay. I'm sure they've kicked it with Jay. I'm sure he's cool with them. Prodigy is their guy. So that's a different feel. That's a different place to jump off from, you know?
Mm.
Prodigy had a weird flow.
Bro.
Prodigy got away with schemes that I didn't think made sense at the time, but they worked
Still
because he's
don't make sense.
Prodigy. Right. And so that was their guy. And so they were building from an entirely different place. So that's 2016. It's 2026. We've had 10 years of that. Now there's a whole sect of New York hip hop that is grown from that tree.
You knew there was gonna be. You knew there was a blueprint, and everyone saw the blueprint, and that's what you follow, and everyone follows. And as much as people want to say they hate West Side Gun, and you can hate him, you're entitled to your opinions, but that man changed the culture to what it is now. And I think without, I don't even know what that sect of hip hop would look like without a West Side Gun.
And to the point, Kay, like I don't want to make it sound like, oh, everyone heard them and wanted to be like them. That's when these trends hit, it's not like that usually. What happens is it opens the door for artists that were in a similar state of mind already, but didn't have an avenue to the public like that.
Mm.
So as Fly God drops and West Side Gun is getting big, guess who else is doing their thing? Makami, right? Makami's flooding it with Fanon, right? Doing their thing. And so now you have all these people coming up, right? And splintering out and coming
Right.
back together. And it builds towards like, oh, now Nat comes out of Boston, right? And so the tree goes, it's
The
like coaching
evol-
trees in football,
the evol- right. like how would you say product? Like how did your Griselda? How do you feel like they built upon the Prodigy sound? Like how did they? I don't want to say evolve it, but how would you say that they took their Prodigy influence and developed their own sound? What did they do that
I
was different?
I mean, some of it's been covered, like throwing the voices in different places and being weird with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the sparseness of the beats, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, um, they built on that kind of feeling. Like they weren't trying to make Life and Times Volume 3. They were trying to make Hell on Earth. I mean, I'm a huge Hell on Earth person. And I remember when I was younger being like, Hell on Earth's my favorite, and everybody being like, shut up, bro. The Infamous is way better. Clears. And I was like, okay. I just quietly loving Hell on Earth. And then I go out here into this post Griselda universe, and Hell on Earth is constantly being discussed as this amazing classic, right? Um, that is Griselda influence. A lot of that is Griselda influence.
Well, it's going to branch off just a slight bit, but what you had said about the Infamous and Hell on Earth, when I remember when I first got on the underground hip hop message board, you remember UGG.com? I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys were a part of that, but
Yep.
a whole of a community. It helped me listen to hip hop and learn some new things. But on those message boards and everything, like I'm gonna use two groups as an example. I'm gonna use Company Flow, and I'm gonna use the other one. Oh my God, Cannibal Ox.
Yep.
Back
Yep.
then, people weren't saying Vorge Omega is the best and Vorge Omega is this and Vorge
Right.
Omega is
Right.
that. It's a revisionist history to go back and say that no, the whole time it was Vorge Omega because everyone was on Vast Air's dick
Totally.
when the Cold Vein dropped. It wasn't the Vorge Omega
110%.
show. It was the what's his name show. And then with Company Flow, the same thing. Nobody talked about Big Just. It was all about LP. Look what this dude produced. Look at this crazy fucking white boy coming out of nowhere and blowing our fucking minds. And now
Yep.
people want to go back and act like, no, it's Big Just. Big Just was the one. Big Just had the best verses. Big Just this. It's revisionist history. And it's kind of like what your point now with the Hell on Earth. Yes, Hell on Earth is a phenomenal album. I like the Infamous more. But back then, everyone liked the Infamous more. It wasn't a Hell on Earth thing, and you
Right.
got shunned or looked at weird, and other albums like that too. The Illmatic and It Was Written. A lot of
Sure.
people, oh, It
Sure.
Was Written so much better. No, the fuck it wasn't. Back then, Illmatic was considered the greatest rap album of all time. 2 years after it dropped, people were already sampling it. Like
Yeah.
so, it just goes back to that point of like a lot of it is people just wanting to rewrite history into their favor. So they don't pick and choose like, oh, he's writing Prodigy. That's because Prodigy was the greatest rapper of all time. And then they'll say, well, actually, well, in 1996, who was rapping better than Prodigy? And
Well,
you're like,
and
dude, you're picking 1 year. Like,
right. And sometimes, Fick, the cool part is if you see the full picture, you can kind of map where the narrative comes from, right? Like Vort Omega as an example, right? Vast Air was the one who popped, the one who had the big lines, right? Um, what I would call the Pimp C Award, right? The most memorable part of a Cannibal Ox song is often Vast Air, big Pimp C Award. But uh, the respect for Vortal over time, I think, is largely backwoods influence.
it's that, and it's also because we came to find out that Fast Air happened to be the biggest snake of all time.
Right, right. He definitely think, but
So
even
the new
before
fans
he went full Vast Air,
So the new fans who
yeah,
are hearing about the Cold Vein for the first time and know all about Vast Air being a scumbag are going into it thinking that Vorgil's already the better guy, and that's how they're going to paint their picture. When I first heard the Cold Vein, it's like you said. Every line that sticks into my head is a
Vast
Vast
Air,
Air line. You was a stillborn baby. Your mother didn't want you, but you were stillborn. Like
yeah,
that's
right.
these think and I don't know. It's a lot of revisionist history, and that's why I think that these guys do fit that post Griselda sound. They
Yeah,
are
they
taking
do.
that influence in a sense because they're picking the biggest movement at the time and they're running with that in a different way than they were running it, kind of like Gunn did, but instead of doing it with Jay-Z, he did it with Prodigy. He still sold millions of records, you know? Let's not get it twisted. It's not like we're talking about some chump or something like that. It's still Prodigy.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not it. Yeah, it. Well, I like post Griselda because I think it makes it clear that this is not trying to be Griselda, right? Like, there's additional bag of tricks, right? Remember that narrative, Kay, that like Kobe was just Michael Jordan. Like Kobe's just being Michael Jordan.
Right.
But like he was also being Jerry West. He was also being lots of other people, right? Like Kobe had a knowledge of the game and pick and chose different things, right?
Mhm.
He was being Gary Payton at times. He was, um, he wasn't just being Jordan. He was Jordan plus some stuff, right? And SGA isn't being Kobe. He's plus some stuff, right? And so this is Griselda plus some stuff to me
Right.
because there's a little bit there's a looseness here that Griselda hasn't had for a long time.
Yeah, and to me, it's the really the production is the distinguishing aspect for me.
Yeah.
And who is the producer? El
No,
Devo,
Devo to genius.
Devo the genius. I think he like his production is what makes this distinct and stand out for me.
Well, did you,
Yeah. I
Kay, did
mean,
you,
I'll bolster your case here, Kay.
Okay.
My favorite three-song run is 9, 10, 11. Quarter Zip, Snakes and Johnny, Devlin Prada.
The ending, yeah,
Yeah,
great,
and
yeah,
the thing about Quarter Zip is it's my favorite Conway in so long.
yeah.
So long. Conway can feel how fun this is. He can feel it. He understands this mixture of really sad, but we're fucking with each other and we're joking and we're making intense references. And he's just like, I am so comfortable here. And goes off. And the beat is perfect for him.
yeah,
Um, it made me want because Conway, going to my constructive criticism thing, I disagree with Conway's ear for beats. Conway sounds great whenever if you give him a Juicy J beat, he sounds great because his mind is figuring out how to deal with it. There was an interview a long time ago. Maybe you can find this, Kay, with your YouTube fingers. But
okay,
um, Touré was sitting with Method Man, and he asked Method Man, "Why were you so much better on features than you were on your own stuff during that '90s run?" And his answer was, "I had rapped on so many RZA beats, I just knew how to rap on RZA beats. It wasn't a big deal."
it became mechanical.
But all of a sudden, I'm rapping on an Eric Sermon beat, and I'm like, "Whoa!"
Mm.
And it's exciting, right? So this kind of felt exciting for Conway, and that's why I think we got more than we usually do. And I'd love to see a full Devo to Genius Conway album. I would absolutely. That
That
would
would
be
be pretty
fantastic.
sick.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay, did you hear the other album, Blue Magic?
Yes,
So I didn't like
I
it as much.
huh?
I don't like it as much. I
Oh no,
felt
it was still a solid. It was still a solid project, but this was the superior project to me.
You could see the formula brewing, the
Yes.
chemistry brewing between the three of them on Blue Magic, and then when this dropped, even I don't really like listening to intros or skits or interludes. Sometimes I'll fast forward them unless it's a De La album where they're like vital to the friggin' album because they wanted to put 28 tracks there. Man, I listen to the interludes every single time. I'll listen to that intro every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
time.
Every time, dude. I'm with you. Blue Magic, Bleu Magic, is that is their identity album to me. Like this group of three comes together and it just makes sense. Like it's almost like a group of people who've never hung out before but are acquaintances and they hang out together and the energy is so fucking good that none of them counted on it and they're just like, "Damn, are we best friends now? What's happening?" And so it had to happen. But as we've said before, Kay, the first album, things come together, your identity comes together. The second album is often way better.
So I
Mhm.
have a name I call their first album. I have a name for albums like that,
Yeah,
where it's you can see the formula brewing and you can see the genius brewing, and people might not agree, but I call it the Rubber Soul album because Beatles Rubber Soul is the album where you could see the formula coming for what people consider their classic albums. You could see it brewing right then and there. The hints where they stop being that super poppy group and start writing a little bit more serious. They start taking a little bit more into like their craft. Again, I know a lot of people hate the Beatles, but I'm just using that as an example. I could use a Billy Woods album, and my Billy Woods
I
album for that.
love that example, dude. I love that example because I was a Rubber Soul guy. Like
My favorite Beatles album.
growing
I'll
up,
still stand
yes.
on it.
Thank you. I'm with you. Sunshine and all that shit. Yeah, all that shit. But Rubber Soul, they still have a little bit of that doo-wop group cover band hold want to hold your hand flavor in their music, but they're also talking about taxes and talking about and start getting wistful and they're also expanding, right? But they haven't gone full, I am the walrus yet.
Like the album starts with Drive My Car, which is so
Right.
pop. But then
Right.
the next song is Norwegian Wood, which is a Paul solo about him cheating on his girl. And
And it's sitar. Yeah.
and you're just like, whoa, that's not a Beatles song. And then you get, he's a Michelle, like you
Mhm.
girl. There's all these songs where like you can see it, but it's there, it's not there, and I don't know.
I
It's
like that
an
Rubber Soul
album
thing
like
because
that.
yeah, it
When I see the craft.
later on, you Sergeant Pepper's is the gateway to that super psychedelic phase. But before you get there, Rubber Soul transitions them away from that mop top, everybody screaming phase. Um,
Now,
yeah.
granted, some artists don't have an album like that. Like Mobb Deep doesn't have a Rubber Soul album. Juvenile Hell just sucks.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then
No.
they drop the Infamous. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you got that, but then you got somebody like Billy Woods, for example, who puts out solid albums, but then drops Known Unknowns, and then you're like, okay, okay, something's different about this one. He still is Billy Woods, but there's something different about him. And then I don't know what the next solo after that is, but then they all just start getting better and better and better and better. And his work with Arm& Hammer is better. It's a turning point. It's his Rubber Soul album. That's why it's my favorite Billy Woods album.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that's
That's what Blue Magic is. To me,
Mhm.
that's their Rubber Soul album. Them figuring it out and getting it together. And then boom, we got hit with Sergeant Pepper right after.
yeah. Known Unknowns is 2017. When is Hiding Places?
High Places is 19.
2019, right?
Yeah, I think that's the next solo.
Yep. Yep.
Because 18 is an Arm& Hammer. 18 is Paraffin. And then on Paraffin, people said his rapping was completely different than it was on Rome. And what came out in between that, it was Known Unknowns.
Right. No, I like that.
Feel
Blue
free to.
Magic, it feels like an identity album. Uh, and it establishes that kind of end-to-end flow that they have, where you don't really have to skip songs, as he was saying, and you can kind of just ride from track one all the way through.
Yeah.
Uh, that one's actually 41 minutes. This one's 34.
And what
So
was the gap between when was Blue Magic released?
Last year.
last year, I think.
Oh,
Well,
last year.
I'll look for the dates. I'm gonna go to
Yeah,
Devo's
it's
Wow.
Facebook profile.
2025. Yeah, like so,
So
and
they've been prolific. Yeah,
that
they've
was the
all
one
been.
Dylan loves. Dylan loves Blue Magic, and Dylan was looking forward to this one. Uh, I had really not tapped in with Blue Magic like that. I'd seen the cover. I had been like, okay, I'll check it out, but like I hadn't really dug in. Um, and yeah, going back, I was like, oh shit, it's there. All the components are there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, crazy stuff.
I mean, even the off kilter intro,
Yeah, yeah,
um, which was another great intro. I mean, you could see that they had figured out kind of what their formula was going to be,
yep.
or not figured it out, but it kind of like was exploring what the formula for the album was going to be.
As
So
in
it dropped.
putting, oh, go ahead.
I was saying it dropped May 16th of last year.
Yep,
Blue Magic.
last year.
Okay.
So we're talking not even 10 months later.
Not even 10 months. And so, as an example, they learned how to put pieces on the board, right? Switching zings, right? On Blue Magic, starting with Bori Rock and letting Bori Rock go. Bori Rock's got a totally different voice and delivery from Kill and Blue Hill Bill. And it's a really nice switch in flavor. Like, if I really love it, Kay, when like artists who are going to rap on their album a lot have a guest and they let the guest just kick off the next track.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like, oh, okay, this is a breather from all that one kind of flow I'm getting. And so it's a really smart way to do it.
And we could tie it back into what you said in the beginning. Who's Bori Rock part of? What crew?
Oh, is he part of Nax crew?
Star Axe crew.
Amazing.
So like you see what I'm saying? It's all full circle. And then like what you said, letting guests kick it off. Davino starts off that one song, and out of nowhere, I remember listening to the album. I don't look at track lists usually at first. I just let the album run. And I'm like, my God, I'll be a monkey's uncle if that's not Al Davino. You know what I mean? And boom, a sure enough look featuring Al Davino. And I'm
No,
like, I
it's
know he's
and
affiliated with this
think
boy.
about that shit. Blue Magic, Bori Rock from Nax crew, and then this album, we're talking about Conway the Machine and Al Davino. So like where he Dylan was not making up that this is post Griselda. It's right there. You know? It's right there. All the stuff we mapped out, it's right there if you're looking at the guests and who they stepped out to get. You know?
I'm looking at some more of Blue Hill Bill's like things. He's got an album with Grubby Paws. It's another Nat crew. Suppose I heard that Davino produced a whole album for him too. If I'm
Yep.
not mistaken, they said that. Somebody said that.
I gotta hear that. Davino does good work with the production. So yeah, but it's and now the like this is such a great project to be able to like learn more about these people, you know?
Blue Magic.
Yeah. It will
Yeah.
Blue Magic and Angels of Filthy Souls. Because
Yeah.
I've been listening to lots of solo Kill the Artist. I've been listening to a lot of Devo the Genius's like producer projects with multiple different rappers on them. Um, and yeah, we're digging in to yeah, dude. Latanza Heist that came out, Blue Hill Bill, China Beijing is on that,
See?
and Bori Rock. That's crazy, and Davino. Like this is yeah. So this is like a another arm of this dimension that we already love that we've discovered.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
The Davino and Blue Hill Bill album is called Avmatics, and it's on streaming if you're curious.
Asthmatics. How do you spell that?
Avetmatix. And it's
I
Davino, all produced by, it's Blue Hill Bill, all produced by Davino.
Asthmatics. I gotta add that. I gotta check. I gotta get up on my Blue Hill Bill now.
Me too.
Uh,
Him and Kill.
this has been exciting. I did not know that you were gonna connect to this, Kay.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think uh, I like that they are songs to me. They're songs that you can play in context, in any context. I could put this on when I go in the car when I'm driving to work, and I just feel like a lot of underground hip hop has just become so abstract, so minimal, not bare bones, minimalist. It's not really music in the traditional way.
Well, and to build your point, because I don't want to just hammer that direction.
Yes,
The other direction, hardcore music, right, which still
yeah,
exists,
yeah,
it got kind of boring.
yes, and that's the thing. Like with the Griselda, there's only for me, like it became a little bit too formulaic.
A lot of people, and I don't want to get into names, right? There's lots of names in my mind right now, but
Yes,
um, who are just like, this is my 10th album that sounds like this. This is my 11th album that sounds like this. And we're
yes,
like, okay, you're still killing people. Cool. That's cool. I don't know what to do with this, bro. But like, there isn't a switch. And Blue Magic switching to Angels with Filthy Souls, it's such a different theme. It's such a different execution. It's for a different season. You know what I mean?
hmm
That it's like it's almost like the way Currency used to switch flavors. You
yeah,
know, he was never really doing a completely different thing, but he's like, the basis for this is Brazilian salsa. The basis for
yeah,
this is racing cars. Like he was just switching it up and getting in different flavors. Um, and I always just really admired that. And I think this has that, where a lot of
yeah,
people in the hardcore space lost that, and they were just like, "I'm the hardest." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're an artist. You make art. Like, don't lose that shit." Yeah. So that's that's my thing for
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. And I think there's a lot, not only the sounds, but not only the song structure and the sounds, but I think the humor as well uh, adds a blend to. Yeah, I think there's a lot of humor in this album as well that kind of makes it all go down a lot better, a lot
Yeah.
smoother, I should say.
But a lot of the humor you have to work for. Like, and that's what I like that too. They're
Work
not.
for.
It's not. It's not jokes on the surface level.
No, no, no. Yeah, it's a more subtle humor. Yes, if that's what
You
you mean
could
by work.
listen to it 3 times before you realize that it's a funny album.
Yes, yes.
Took me that long.
Yeah,
Three times.
it
Yeah,
you could you
twice.
because the jokes are like we just said with the PG County thing. It's they're woven, you know. Um, and
Subtle.
I appreciate.
They're not like punchlines. There's a subtlety to them.
So think about that. We talked about this album is propulsive and it's soulful and it's scaled up, but at the same time, it is still in its own way something you have to unwrap, and something you have to get to the center of. So it's doing both of those things at the same time.
Mhm.
And I wish more people tried that. Like tried to get that, balance. Seek balance, you know? Of but that's just my little rant there. Um, thank you. I've forgotten to talk about Blue Magic. I was just going to talk about Angels and Filthy Souls all damn time.
Figured I'd
Um,
drop it, and I knew that the plan was to talk about Bolt, so I was like, well, let me mention it
yeah,
real quick.
good call. The other thing is, Kay, we have to give love. I think me and you are fans of the 11-12 track album.
Oh, in terms of the album length, yeah, yeah, I could. I think yeah. What this both of these projects were around like what 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
my sweet spot is 36 minutes. To me, that is a great album length. You want to go lower than that? Beautiful, but
right,
anything more than that, that's usually my morning drive.
And
right.
if you, that's a great, so do the math, Kay. 11 songs, 3 minutes long. How much does that give you?
11 minutes with each song.
So, no, 11 songs,
Okay,
3 minutes long each song.
33.
33 minutes. How long is Angels with Filthy Souls?
I don't know how was it. You said 34, 35,
34.
34.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect length.
So it's pinpoint like that sweet spot of like, you don't have to give up on the 3 minute song. Like, songs do not have to be a minute, or a minute and 30. You can do 3 minutes,
Yeah,
but do 11 of them and walk away. Do 12 of them and walk away.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah. I
thirty.
mean, you're able to develop like the 1 minute song. Like you can't really get into a song in like a 1 minute and a half. I think so. That 3 minutes is the sweet spot. That lets you get into the rhythm, the pattern, appreciate it. Then you can move on to the next song, to the next sound.
Can I give you, Kay? I'm going to give you my favorite 1 minute song of 2026 so far.
Okay.
It's by Luke Chiang, Chiang. Track 6 off Typhoon, Playing Dead.
What makes it your favorite 1 minute song?
So you got to listen to it with context. Listen to the song before it and listen to it and then the song after it.
Okay.
It's really like stark and emotional as a vignette, and then it leads into another song that's like, a whole new emotional movement. So I love it. I love a 1 minute like bumper. That's a
Like
transition of
a
something else.
palette cleanser. Like
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
palette. Yeah, the 1 minute songs have a functional use. Like okay, the palette cleanser. We're changing directions. Uh, I'm going to change the tempo up real quick, so I'm gonna give you a little jolt. Then we're gonna move on. You
I'm not
know,
against the 1 minute songs.
right?
I just don't want everyone to think they can't make 3 minute songs, right?
Yeah.
This is a viable use of that stuff.
Right. The
Yes.
the 3 minute songs are made for people like us, the older folks. The younger generation doesn't have the attention span to listen to more than about 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes even on a song. So that's why you get songs a minute 45, a minute 27, 132 bar verse with no hook, no chorus, and then just a cool sample at the outro for 40 seconds.
Or like the people that are kind of making TikTok bumper music, and it's like yips, it's a bunch of yips over a trap beat.
So like that Earl album was one of my favorite albums last year. So I think it was 24 minutes long.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Every
That
song
project's
had a
crazy.
purpose and functioned why it needed to function at 1 minute. But
Mm.
but I agree, three
I'm
minutes is
with you.
great length for a song.
Yeah, I am just saying I don't want there to be accepted rules in either direction, right? Like if you're making your Earl album and it's got to be 24, make it 24, you know? Let your spirit guide you, don't let accepted knowledge do that. Um so do you have anything else, Kay? Anything else, Fick?
Oh,
Let's go to recommendation corner. Man, I'm excited. So much shit coming out, man. Um, I had been. Oh yeah. I'm gonna let you take care of this. The currency repping. You can do that. I'm gonna go. I listened. I found. Been a great year for R&B. K. Um, Deposit by Storm Ford is really dope. I really enjoyed that. Um, really dope. Um, yeah, there's been a lot of good
The
shit.
pause. Storm 4?
Storm Ford.
Storm Ford. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I got lots of cool shit to crack into here, man. Oh, the shout out to Stilo, OG Homunculus, recommended Why God Gambles by Babakushi.
Hmm.
And that shit is beautiful. That shit is beautiful. You know,
Like
it's
Baba Kushi.
Babakushi, two words,
Yeah,
and South African rap.
rap. Okay.
Some of the stuff is in like Swahili, but most of it is in English.
I don't give a shit. It could be a different language. You sound fire. You sound fire. Like Homeboy on
Right,
the song "Nam de Giri" by Gabe Nandez. His homeboy's
right.
rapping in French. I don't
Yep,
understand
killed
one
that
word the
shit.
guy's saying. Sounds fire.
Absolutely. I don't trip on any of that shit. So
All right, I just saved this Baba Kushi album. I'm gonna peep that.
it's dope. It's
What's
real
the
dope.
Storm Ford like? Is that rap too, or
No, it's R&B.
I'm gonna pass? I'm not the biggest
R&B.
fan
That's
of
cool.
that.
Yeah, there's lots of cool. There's also I am gonna be a guest, K, hopefully on Crate 808. We're gonna be breaking down Loud Records
Mm.
uh by
Okay.
year, and we're doing 1992. It's gonna give me a chance to talk about 92 to 93. Gonna give me a chance to talk about Look Ma Duke No Hands by Madcap and the Alcoholics 21 and Over. And
Oh.
that Alcoholics album's a classic. I can't wait. I can't wait to go on this Loud Records journey and be called upon to talk about Loud Records albums. This is fucking cool. My life is cool.
I don't
Um,
think I ever heard that Look Ma Duke's album. I think I'm gonna peep that.
yeah, no, it's pretty dope, dude. Like, it's a real interesting tribute to like how different we digested rap music was because it's so stylish, so focused on rap and like rapping well.
Oh,
Um,
dead ass Dano.
yeah,
This popped up on a recommendation for me yesterday on my phone. I swear to God. Because I
crazy.
looked at it and I was like, oh, this is probably like whatever, and I passed over it. Nope.
Oh,
Still got the
yeah,
lyrics down.
it's a good hidden gem. Um, Fick, my album cover is done. Did I tell you I'm doing an album with Slumber Logic?
Oh,
Most of it is done. I don't rap. This is spoken word. A lot like the stuff that was on his album that I did. Um, but we got our cover. Would you like to guess who did the cover?
is it a drawn cover, like a artwork, or is it a photo?
No clues. You go. You go.
Man, you're hyping it up. I'm gonna guess K did it.
Hey, that would be awesome. I'm hoping Kay will do my intro. He's gonna do my intro.
Yes.
No,
Um,
my real guess would probably be I have no idea. I'm gonna go A Richter.
that's who it is,
You got a picture. That's fucking sick.
dude. It's Richter. I couldn't believe like Richter's such a good person. I couldn't believe that you honored that shit. As busy as he is, but I was like, wow, dude, this it's fucking awesome. I'm a huge fan uh, of the cover, so it's just perfect. Um, yeah, so I'm super hyped.
Hold on, I just want to interject for a second. Dano said he loves the 3 minute long songs, right? Let's take a look at the track list for Look Ma Duke No Hands. 519, 347, 523,
Yep.
516, 608, 705, 530, 523, and 553.
And this is why, Fick, I'm not one of those people that says like our generation had it right. You know, I don't miss the hour long albums, dude. Like
9 songs, 49 minutes. That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
That's averages more than 5 minutes a song.
When I first saw, it, I was like 9 songs. This must have been called an EP back in the day. And then I was like, God, it's 50
There's
minutes,
only
bro.
there's only one song under 4 minutes, under
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yep. It's that's how it was back in the day, dude. Every verse, everybody in the crew.
Everyone
Um,
needed a verse. They needed three choruses for everyone to spit one. But no, you
yeah,
got me hyped to listen to it. I'm looking at the track names. A lot of like Wii references I see on here.
yeah, man. It's very much that like West Coast, you know, that
Okay, there was.
stupor
Okay.
that the licks were in, you know?
Okay, yeah, I see the licks are on a song too.
Yeah, it's the licks. It's that feel. So if you like that, this is
I'll
good boat for you
definitely
to be
check
in.
that.
Kay, what have you been listening to?
I mean, nothing really new. The Jill Scott album, which I really enjoyed.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh, I ended up seeing Crime 101, which the movie Crime 101.
How'd you feel?
Uh, I liked it. It was a good, solid movie.
Yeah, man.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna definitely gonna check out those. You said loud music. Is that a genre of music or
No,
is that
Loud Records was a record
loud
label.
records?
Loud
Oh,
Records.
loud. Okay,
They
Loud
had
Records is a record label, yeah.
big
loud.
record label. Was it Wu
Okay.
Allowed?
Yeah, Big Pun came out through Loud Records. Uh
Oh, okay.
Old Dirty Bastards first album, right? Like or was that Electra? I don't know. I'll have to
Loud records. Oh, okay.
they
I thought that was like a specific genre of music. You
no, Loud Records
okay?
is an important rap label. And one of the cool things about Loud is they were one of the only people that weren't doing, they didn't have a Puff Daddy. They didn't have like a Suge Knight character. They were just making the music, getting a lot of shit done. So,
Oh no, Cuban Links came out on Loud. Infamous was on Loud. Wild Cowboys from Sadat X, At the Speed of Life, Hell on Earth,
whew,
Capital Punishment.
Wow.
Yeah,
yep,
they signed
yep.
3 6 Mafia in 2000.
Yeah, the Infamous was Loud.
Well, they also, when the smoke clears 66-61 by 3 6s on Loud also.
Damn.
Man vs. Machine. Yeah, they got.
Yeah, Pete Rock Soul Survivor, dude. Crazy. Crazy.
And if I'm not mistaken, I know they put out some Wu Tang album.
Oh, Rap Life, Tash. Oh my God. Am I gonna get to talk about Tash? And Let's Get Free, Dead Prez, dude.
Great album.
Dude,
Great
crazy.
label.
Loud Records is crazy. If you look at the discography.
Yeah, the
Um,
W, Wu Tang Forever,
yep,
and I'm pretty sure Into the 36 also. Yep.
yep. So yeah, shout out to that. And what have you been bumping, Fick?
There's a lot of Doom lately. Been playing this one random song from a soundtrack by Hieroglyphics called Soweto featuring Goapele.
Oh man.
And I've been listening to a lot of Ratman Gavin. That's my guy. I will shout him out at every opportunity I can.
Right.
And yeah, I listened to his album with Mandisi that dropped a few years ago, 1952 One Chaos. And then even
Yep.
his album last year, Scrolling Through the Doom, which is absolute fire. And then he's got some stuff in the tuck. He said he needs a couple more followers on Bandcamp, and he's dropping a Jesse the Tree album.
Yo, do the knowledge people um to shout out No God. Um and
Oh, and speaking of no,
follow Ratman Gavin.
speaking of no God, Noah sent me some unreleased shit coming out soon.
Yeah. 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 No God is getting better every time. Crazy, crazy stuff.
Oh man, good
It's
dude.
crazy, Kay. When I first got into the Discord, the RMPP Discord, I might be the first Patreon subscriber that Ro had. Um,
Sick.
but I met all these people, Trey Does and Ratman Gavin and just all these different cats, Slumber Logic, and I'm like, who are these people? And they started putting together songs together, and I was like, damn, is it just me or are these people pretty good? And then like everybody has gotten so much better
Hmm.
over time and grown and progressed. It's crazy.
Insane levels are better.
Yeah.
I listened to all of Gavin's discography the other day at work. And from the first album that's on streaming at least to what he put out last year, it's night and fucking day, man.
Hmm.
But that's my dude. That's who I've been listening to a lot of lately. I will, like I said, I'll shout him out at every opportunity and avenue I can. That's a good-hearted dude.
I appreciate that, and
Funny
I'm
motherfucker too.
excited
Funniest
for.
people I know.
Yep, excited for Jesse the Tree and all that shit, man. Um, yeah, shout out to everybody. So I've been starting to do YouTube Shorts, Kay, and I
Yes.
posted the Hellraiser one where I
Oh man,
got to ask him about living with an aneurysm and being patient with himself and recovering. Holy shit, dude! You
that was a
know?
great moment. I do remember that one.
You talking about Hellraiser the rapper?
Yes,
Yeah, Razor's Ladder was a formative album for me in 2007 when I was going to college. Formative album.
we got to talk to Hellraiser, and yeah, it was incredible. And like got to talk to him and I got to ask him what did recovering from the aneurysm teach you about patience? How did it change who you are? And it's just one of the coolest moments I've ever had with this
Fuck yeah.
thing.
Fuck yeah.
And it's up YouTube Shorts. It's up with the on my IG as well. Um,
I use
but
YouTube Music as service, and when you use that, you can pull up videos on the music service. And for $20 a month, you get no ads and a free music service. Just throwing it out there.
beautiful. And so I'm just grateful for this journey because regardless of, the imprint or whatever, like every time I log in to the Spotify thing, the Spotify shames me because my numbers aren't where they think it should be or whatever. That's just the way the algorithm works. But I know what we've done, and it's been pretty cool, you know. So yeah, happy with that stuff, and yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Stay safe, take care of one another.
What will tomorrow bring?